Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white line.
Oh yeah, baby. We're ready. It's another day, it's another dollar, it's another deather. Because today, as you may see, we are doing the ego death. The ego death quest. This is a good class. This is a good class. Welcome to another vocation dedication with your Koopa pilot. Go ahead and drop a like and a subscribe on the video if you're vibing with me today. And now we're gonna get into one of the best healers, supporters in the game. Yes, we are supporting ourselves, but how? Well, through the natural process of life, the death. Death Master is a great class. You can summon things, you can heal people, you can do spells. Not many buffs or debuffs, but there's a lot of things that involve like auto revives and all that good stuff. So come along with me. We'll start this quest. As you can see, we have a couple of cute little characters here. There's Nilim, practicing Deathmaster. You know, good lineage on her side, but she's an orphan now. And then we have Deathlin. Probably predict who the quest leader is. You know, she has a wonderful name, wonderful attire as well. I do love the Deathmaster set. It's a really good costume. It's a really good costume. But we're not gonna salivate over the glam all day here today. As you can see, this is a pretty old video because it's still got the Bandicam on it. I know we are in the we should be in the water realm by now, or perhaps still in the dark realm, who knows. But essentially, I recorded the start of the Deathmaster quest quite a while ago, and I was just kind of, holding on to this footage until I finished it, and it just took me a little bit to finish it. So you'll see the cosplay change and all that good stuff. But enjoy Lloyd here for the second. He's battle mastering. And story spoilers for today. Pretty simple quest. Essentially, to become a Death Master, we have to complete the death ceremony and go into the place in between worlds, in between life and the afterworld or the underworld or the demon realm, whatever you want to call it, Hades and whatnot. We have to go there, and essentially collect. God, wow, I forget what we collect there. But you got to get stuff in order to prove your deathness. Your death capabilities. You gotta prove you're worthy to die. Because, honestly, not everybody is. Alright. It's a long road. But you have to take pride in walking it so that you may enjoy the full fruits of your life and your death. Indeed. So today, as I've said before in the intro, we're going to talk about ego death. Sorry, keep muting, I keep sneezing. Ego death is something that is definitely better to go through in a voluntary way, but a lot of people that do go through it are involuntary, and essentially it occurs when we have been betrayed, heartbroken, lied to. And this is naturally something that happens because of the art or the act, the general nature of perception. Perception. Don't we love it? Don't we love it? The fact that you can do anything in life and it doesn't matter because you are not what you see yourself as. You are what other people see you as. And in a really funny counterintuitive way, one of the most level capping, all encompassing, potential crushing things you can give to someone, is to trust them. That's the thing. Because when you trust someone, you put parameters on them that they can't possibly, you know, grow out of. They can't possibly break out of, essentially. You put a weight on them heavier than most things we can put on ourselves. And if you've gone through an ego death, you probably put this weight on yourself. You know, if you are uh, a generally moralistic and value-deriving person, you put this on yourself. Nothing really inherently wrong with that fact. However, when we put the label of trust on someone, it doesn't inherently mean that they're going to do the right thing every time. When you say you trust someone, you don't trust them to, well, usually, some people have different, levels and meanings of their trust, but generally we're going to say, so I don't piss anybody off. When you trust someone, you're not trusting them to do what is right or what is moral or the right thing, essentially. You're trusting them to do exactly what you would do, which is crazy because they're not in your fucking head. That's what trust is. Unless you want to, be around them 100% of the time and dictate what you want them to do or what you need them to do. Of course, if we tell someone to do something, is explicitly what I'm going here. The basic meanings of trust. Like hey, your mom says, "Hey, honey, could you do the dishes before I come home today?" And you're like, "Okay, sure." She's trusting you, but she's only trusting you to do the dishes. She doesn't care what the fuck else you do. And so that's why I say, guys, trust is not some amazing label that we should give to everyone, all encompassing and willingly, because it doesn't even really benefit them. It doesn't. It actually hurts their potential in your eyes. Because you want them to do, that one thing, whatever your trust relies on. And so, we're gonna get back to ego death here. What we need to do, essentially, to fully realize ourselves and our place in the perception economy, it's gonna be very annoying to me, at least, this solution. But honestly, it's not hard. Essentially, we have to give less agency to the others in our life. We have to care a little bit less. I know that sounds so annoying. It's like, I have to stop caring about people? Yes. And the reason why is that a lot of people don't care in the right ways. The reason why I stopped thinking about myself as a human that loves people and started thinking about myself as a creature of pure love is because the schizophrenic tendencies that I have made me care to a absolute demonically high level. And that kind of breaks you. That kind of destroys you. Because in essence, if you care that much and you don't want to use force and you don't want to impendently dictate what people do, and you want them to have free will, and you want them to want to like you, then you're gonna run yourself ragged, trying to covertly but uncovertly manipulate into, just a better, more positive life, quote unquote. But who dictates what that better positivity is? Some people like being broken, useless, dumb, retarded individuals. And I say, that's off to you, man. You do you. You do you. We're not going to stop that. Also, let's go next quest. I'm going to change costumes as well. But you see, guys, if you truly live your life trying to put a positive impact on people, you realize there's no real way to do that while focusing on any other person but yourself. There's just no way, because the toxicity given, within different realms and different ambiguities it's all up to the other person. Truly and wholeheartedly. And from my experience, I'm not saying this is, every style of teacher or everybody who's tried to lend a helping hand, but usually, even if you help someone in the moment and you feel, the change in their, personality, mood, psyche, whatever, as soon as you leave, they'll go back into it. Or conversely, if you try to help someone and it doesn't fucking work, then as soon as you leave that situation, usually they get better. Usually, they might even do something similar to what the fuck you said in the first place. But, give it a couple years, give it a couple months, you leave that situation after trying so hard to help them, and they just get better. And I'm tired of this cycle. It's like I am, like they say life is a mirror, right? And I feel like I literally am the super hyper empathetic white girls that I try to chase and date and have wonderful coitus relationships with. I feel like I am that person because honestly, I'm being real, guys. Although I may be, this horribly disenfranchised minority, I've had it pretty easy in life. I've had it pretty problems. I kind of make up all my own problems. I kind of solve other people's problems all the damn time because I don't fucking have them. I don't. Intrinsically, wholeheartedly, I have, enough money to live. I'm not trying to get rich. I have shelter. I've had shelter most of my life. I'm not going to say all of it, but, most of my life. We've had wonderful shelter. Good 99% of that shit. And I can say, I haven't had too much trouble finding people who want to smile and laugh with me and build things with me, and in the dating scene, I haven't had trouble getting validation. And it sucks, guys, because I have this crazy amount of empathy, and because I have that, I can't even lean into the fact that, everybody loves and wants me and I'm attractive because I feel like an ugly guy on the inside. I feel for all of my short, not huge BBC dick kings. BBC dick? BBCs? I just said penis twice. Anyways, it's a hard world out there. It's a hard world out there. So I, self-intentionally, not intentionally, I don't even really know at this point. I think everybody should decide to take the ego death route, and just stop caring as much that we are hitting the nail on sixes, that we are stable, that we are living our life for our 10-year-old or 10 years later self. Because in reality, a lot of us are lying to ourselves about that fact. Like, you say I'm doing all this shit, for other people to be careful and think about my 10-year-old self, but you're just distracting yourself from the fact that you don't really have a vision or a plan for the next 10 years, actually. And you're trying to latch on somebody else who supposedly does. And, yeah, I don't mean to be that guy, the bearer of bad news, but, most girls don't have these long-term plans. They latch on to guys who do. So if you want to get someone who truly values you and wants to be around you, you should probably make one of those plans. Like actually sit down and be like, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to go. And, once you figure that out, once you're on the journey, take a step out there, guys. We got to stop being so afraid of dying on social media. Who cares? Who really gives a fuck? You got to kill that ego and understand that even if you get canceled, if you truly didn't do anything wrong, nobody's really going to give a shit. I keep bringing this up again, but Corey X Kenshin, I don't understand why so many people feel the need to like have their voices heard, have their speech be read, have their indignance, satiated. Whatever, dog. Just fuck it. Go masturbate. Leave her alone. She don't want to talk to you. And if you get canceled, I say the same thing, go work out, go play a video game. Don't think about that shit. Don't argue with people on Twitter for hours. That is some unnecessary cuck bullshit that benefits actually no one. Actually, I'm lying. It benefits the content creators that come up behind, maybe a week later after your argument has ended, and they make fucking hilarious content. Just clowning on you fucking idiots for wasting your time typing messages that nobody really cares about. We're all clowning you online. And the only way to get out of that is to just not engage with it. It's just like bullying in high school. A lot of people don't understand how, people don't get bullied even when they're super fucking weird and awkward, like me. Now, I did get bullied in middle school. And you know when that stopped? High school, when I started bullying other people. And when people started copying everything I did. But I did get bullied, not gonna lie. But you know what stopped it? Is not reacting. It wasn't defending myself. It wasn't getting back at them. It wasn't stating how cool I was. It wasn't getting a better friend group. People would bully me in the hallway and I would just literally walk past them. I wouldn't even acknowledge their fucking existence. And sadly, that's what you have to do everywhere if you don't want to be constantly made fun of, to be constantly downplayed, because, you know, I'm gonna come in with kindness every time. I'm going to come in with pride every time, and I'm going to come in and try to make other people laugh and feel comfortable every time. Now, the problem with me and my workplace self with this before I had the ego death is that no matter what people would do to me, I would still come in with that same energy. And although people respect the stubborn idiot who has one dial switch, they won't for long. Because they realize, oh, the dial's stuck here. So I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I love the fact that people have the agency to be as free as possible around me. I think that's a great thing. But you see, the resentment's always going to build when you don't truly speak your mind. And the problem is, I had been this kind, comfortable idiot for so long that I really didn't know how to spit vitriol. I really didn't know how to defend myself. I didn't know how to advocate for what I wanted. Because, you know, what do I want? I want everybody else to be happy. That's what I fucking want. And I still do. And I still have that energy with me. But you guys realize you just have to disengage sometimes. Because that will kill you. No lie. And we are masters of death. We know all about it. We know all about getting killed. This is kind of a funny time to explain the story spoilers mid-quest. But, you know, that is what this quest is about. Our good old bounty hunter was protecting one of her clients. And of course, things go awry. And, you know, they just died on the battlefield, just letting them get by and do their thing. And that's what will happen to you 100% if you are the guy who constantly takes the fall, the plea, the whatever, for no fucking reason other than not wanting to deal with conflict, confrontation, or anything fucking heavy and negative in life. You know, a negative emotion, let me distract it with TikTok. Like, fucking ridiculous, man. And so, the solution there is a lot like the solution back in high school. You really have to give them absolutely nothing to work with. And then once they start getting mad and pulling you in the back for random meetings for no fucking reason because you've given them nothing to work with, you quit and you move on to the next job. And sadly, that is the way the world is now. Guys, I don't mean to be all radicalized and shit, but it's just how I am. It's how I always have been. This is not to radicalize you. This is to make you think. I just want to say that. I should probably put that as a disclaimer for the beginning of the videos, because Jesus Christ, I say some wild thoughts, but it's really just because I don't care nowadays. I really want people to just get the basic facts and information of life, because I feel like that's why so many people are living horrible dog shit childhoods that they resent and have to have this midlife crisis for, because no guys relay this true information onto them. So, as I was saying, in the workplace, I feel like the feminist movement really fucked us up. Because guys used to argue and fight and get angry and solve our problems all in the same stretch of like an hour, you know? And because of the workplace adding that new dynamic of femininity, and on top of that, later on, we got the phones, which you know, sort of metagamed and powered up that dynamic. The bullying became a really, really heinous and hard thing to detect. That's the problem, guys. It's not that bullying is happening. That's not it. That's not it. It's that you don't fucking know when bullying is happening. You don't know. Why? Because all bullying happens behind closed doors. Not all of it, but a damn near high amount of it. So many nice, wonderful, happy-go-lucky people will never know that half of the people at their job, workplace, friend group do not respect them. Do not like their presence. Because over on the group chat, they're fucking talking shit. Over on the fucking, whenever they're not on the floor, they're talking shit. And then when you come in and you don't talk shit to people, and then everybody talks shit about everybody else to you, just realize the fact that you don't talk shit doesn't mean you're immune, motherfucker. That doesn't mean you're immune. It only means that you're never gonna know when people are talking about you. Because when people see a guy that doesn't talk about other people, they don't think good things about them. I don't know why this is a phenomenon. But the automatic thing that first comes into your mind. I mean, actually, no, I do know why this is a phenomenon. Think about this, guys. You're watching a commercial, and it's for some kind of drug or whatever, and it's like, yeah, this drug's gonna help you sleep, and it's gonna cure your depression. And then after the commercial ends, you notice there's no, side effects or anything like that. And then what's the first thing you think? Oh, I'm not taking that drug. That drug's gonna kill me. that drug's gonna be horrible. That drug. Oh God, not many people, if they think about it. Now, if you don't think about it, if you look, listen, and I know this is not a lot of people. Maybe it is. I hope, dear God, it is. But if that person in your life was so unnoticeable, so boring, so covertly in the background, and maybe you don't think about them, if maybe they're unattractive, whatever, then of course your thoughts are gonna be positive. But I'm talking about the people who are attractive, the people who do stick out in their minds, the people who wear good outfits, the people who talk kindly to us, the people who said something funny that made us laugh. We think about them. And when you think about them, and when they give you no negative stimuli to think about, you're gonna fill in the blanks. Every fucking time. You're gonna I don't know what he hates, but he hates something. And because I don't know, I'm gonna fill in the blanks, and I'm gonna tell some other people that I filled in the blanks because I figured this shit out. And that's just the way of the world. You can't be mad at that, guys. We are community-driven creatures. It's the same reason why I'm up here on the fucking internet. Okay, we're not the fucking internet. We are just the regular internet. Fucking internet, you gotta go on an incognito tab for that. You gotta visit the hub. On the regular internet, on the YouTube internet, Jesus Christ. That's why I'm here relaying information, because, I've just become disenfranchised with my community, and I know as a human being, not talking to anyone is an unhealthy thing. It's a bad idea. So, to relay these ideas, concepts, lessons, basically for myself, really. But, honestly, for other people, I do like when people watch it. It gives me a little warm, fuzzy feeling that I'm not screaming into the void. Generally, we are built to relay information. And when you don't tell people about your worries or your problems or your issues, people fill in the information. Now, I'm not telling you to explicitly give all your information out to everybody. I'm just saying this is naturally what happens when you want to be your own person. So you don't actively have to fight against it. You don't actively have to call these people out on their bullshit or figure out what's going on in the group chat or figure out what they're saying to you. You just have to not care and walk away. All of these things that make you want to come back and get them are just ego. That's just ego death. You have to kill that shit. If you really want to go somewhere, you got to take those steps by yourself. Build your own tribe, Start walking the path, and then eventually people are just going to start walking beside you automatically. You're not going to need to make them. You're not going to need to force them into that atmosphere. And although I do get, lonely in my alone time, I don't characterize myself like that, because I do love learning by myself, about myself. I do love understanding and meditating on the fact that, most concepts and ideas in this world were truly meant to be destroyed and reincarnated constantly. And that's about everything. Every ideology, religion, whatever. We're not meant to really keep it as it is the entire time. Just like humans. You have to evolve into something different. And the problem is, Nowadays, the evolution is way too quick. The death and build process is becoming accelerated, and we're not getting better, more whole versions of ourselves with the acceleration. We're getting shittier versions. And so, what we really need to do is take a step back and really say, if I'm here for growth, I have to do delayed gratification. It doesn't matter if AI can take me there in 2 seconds. I should probably get a pen and a pencil and do it the long way. Like, if you really want, like, exponential growth to happen. And I think a lot of guys are scared of that. I myself am scared of that. You know, look how long it took me to actually start uploading on this channel. Of course I'm scared of that. But you have to realize, just like nature, once you do it enough, it'll be hard to not do it. And then you'll gain the confidence, then you'll gain, you know, the legibility to be able to teach, to grow, to provide, and connect. And that's what I really want, that last one. I feel like I've done all this other bullshit in life, but I never really connected because I never really connected with myself. And the sad part about it is that everybody else has to die, in my mind, for me to do that. But you, my friend, you probably don't have a mental illness. If you are unschizophrenic, having an ego death doesn't mean destroying all of your friends. Okay? Okay? That's just me. That's literally just me. That's not what it means, okay? So I implore you to truly think about what you want in life and realize that truly getting there is going to require way more sacrifices than you think because of just the nature of this world, you know? Way more sacrifices than you think that you can even, like, comprehend at this point. So, it's gonna take a while, but I'd say just go a day at a time. Just be like, what is this thing? Why do I care about it? What drives me on so hard to... Oh, shut up! Shut up, Donald! You know, what drives me to truly show up to this every day, and then slowly do it, and then release it. Release it, release it, release it. That's the main part, man. Because if you care too much, you'll end up in these giant holes that I ended up in, man. You have to care the tactically right amount. And I think that's why so many guys are deathing out of the dating game. That they're dropping out. They're killing themselves. Because we don't know what level of investment is right. And ladies, this is where you gotta step the fuck up. This is where you gotta stand the fuck up for us dudes, because we're dumb as shit. We don't know what level of effort, what level of attention, you know, what level of ambition is correct. And as far as us guys go, I know the whole the male dating scene is shit, and the processes and the things they tell you to do are shit. And I don't agree with them personally. Like, the whole roster thing, I don't agree with. I don't agree with one bit. I'd say, you know, if you're to the point where you have to have, you know, 5 or 6 girls on rotation that all don't really like you, yeah, you're cooked. You're cooked. You should probably just drop all that shit, you know? Work on yourself, honestly. Because I'm not saying one person should really suffice and fulfill all of our fucking needs. That's not what should happen. I'm just saying, like, there's a value to only, you know, not spreading yourself thin over fucking 5 or 6 conversation threads. And also, I don't think there's any way to be, like, genuine in that shit. If I'm being honest. Like, one of the girls is gonna be jealous, you know, some of them probably don't even know about each other, you know, it's weird, it's awkward, and I feel like the fact that girls do it is for protection, and when a guy does it, it's kind of, it's not greedy, but it's wasted potential, you know? Like you could provide for all 5 of these girls, sure, if you have enough money. But if you're just a really attractive guy lying to 5 girls at the same time, I'll say it, for me, it didn't feel good when I was doing it, you know? And that's why I kind of metagame Tinder in a weird way now and just block a bunch of people. But it never feels good to me to dedicate myself to more than one really, really good friendship. And yes, I said friendship, because true love is just true friendship. No lie. And I know that sounds gay as fuck. Newsflash, motherfucker, I am. But, you need to realize the cringe and the gay and, the subsequent adverse nature towards it was built by women. You know who's unattracted by guys loving guys? Yeah. But it's funny, as a bisexual guy, I really don't find, lesbian shit attractive. I kind of disgusting. I'm like, where's the dick, Where's the coke? Where's the coke? I need the coke. I need the coca. But at the same time, guys, the caring about these things is really what's detrimental to society. And I think the fact that we want to put on the skin, the aesthetic of the nonchalant is very indicative of that. Like, everybody wants to be so damn nonchalant, What do we really want? What do we really want from that? That nonchalant attitude. What does that really? What really comes from that? Essentially, when you protrude that nonchalant energy, what you are giving off is that you are comfortable, not only in your own skin, but in the world. You don't bend to that shit. You tell the world to bend over and be your bitch. That's what nonchalant tells people. And a lot of people try to do nonchalant without making the world bend over and be their bitch. You can't fucking do one or the other. You can't. It's gonna feel weird. But you have to realize it's a long process. It indeed is a long process, and you have to have confidence in the fact that you're walking the path. And I feel like that's what a lot of guys have just settled in. We're walking the path. We don't need to adverse and acclaim to all the bullshit around us. We're just walking the path, man. We're just walking the path. So walk that path with me, guys. Get out there a little more. Take a couple steps outside, talk to some girls. I know the Me Too movement happened, but nobody really cares about being canceled. Take a couple chances. And this is for me too. I'm gonna try, I promise. Okay, guys, I'm a Novice Reaper. Next time, we'll get into even more death. Fantastic. Okay, I love you. Subscribe. I'll see you next time.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird ass jewelry, let me take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5, take off the fabricate streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside, take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the Sandro pay, 5 days stay, take a quarter meal, hella 5 meal, take off the fuck flag, take off the self-stream, take off the cop with the hot tag, take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I like.